Hey everyone, Michelle back with another spooky Reddit raid here. This one is a little bit of a longer story, so hang in there with me. It's really interesting. This is my second time trying to record this one. I am trying to experiment with the speed on these, so that way maybe on these longer stories, that, more folks can stick around to hear it all. So let me know in the comments what you think about the speed change. I apologize, it's really weird for me, so trying my best here. All right, so the title of this one, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm reading the title that the poster gave it. This post comes from about 4 years ago, so keep that in mind for reference to the timing that they discuss. This is called Experience with a Demon / Cryptid. So I'm going to read it, and we'll talk about it, and I'd love to see what you guys think about it. So let me know in the comments afterwards. This is my first time posting here. I'm looking for some explanations as to what this may have been. About 2 to 3 years ago, I was with some friends in my car outside one of my friends' houses. It was about 9 p.m. in the winter, so it was relatively dark, but it was clear weather. There were 5 of us in the car, myself and a friend in the passenger seat, as well as 3 friends sitting in the middle row of the SUV. We were talking about some random topic when all of a sudden I felt an intense feeling go down my spine, like we were being watched. I turned to my friend, in the passenger seat, and he looked up at me at the same time like he had just seen a ghost. I asked him if he felt that too, and he said yes. None of my other friends in the back felt anything. We felt very strange, but ignored it, and we kept talking. A few minutes later, the feeling came back stronger than before, and once again my friend and I looked at each other at the same time. He looked right past me out the driver's side window, which my back was to, and he told me not to turn around. None of my friends saw anything, but he said there was something out there, and I felt some sort of presence behind me. We took turns describing to each other what we sensed it looked like, and we were sure both seeing and sensing the same thing. It was pure white and humanoid, but the details of what we sensed are fuzzy to me. Clearer descriptions later in the post. After a minute or so, it went away, and we were totally spooked. Then they write, this is where it gets weirder. My friend and I both felt the presence making the circles around the car, and we began to see green glowing circles moving quickly around it. It's hard to explain because we couldn't really see them. It was more knowing that they were there. They began to move faster, and we were freaking the heck out. Then all of a sudden, they disappeared. Once again, we both saw / felt these, but nobody in the back seat did. Then, passenger seat friend and I were leaning back to talk to the middle row, when all of a sudden on the sidewalk behind the car, there was a flash of white light and a creature sprinting down towards us. It was pure white, bipedal, somewhat humanoid, and very tall and lanky. I would guess its height to be about 7 feet. It had a horse-shaped head, long black thin hair, black eyes, and claws. My friend and I in the front screamed simultaneously, started the car, and got the heck out of there. That would be really kind of freaky, and I don't blame them at all for getting out of there. Once we were far, far away, we once again took turns describing to each other what we saw. We were both on point with each other's descriptions. I took everybody home, and then as I was driving home, I still felt the presence behind me. I couldn't tell if it was in the car or not, but whenever I got to stop at a stop sign or a stoplight, I felt like it was catching up, so I sped the rest of the way back. Once I got home, it was gone. Both my friend and I could sense whatever it was wasn't there to unalive us or anything, just to make its presence known. Nothing like this has happened to us before or since. The only relevant connecting factor between the passenger seat friend and I that those in the back seat did not share is that we were both Christian at the time. Any ideas what we could have experienced? Okay, guys, so let's talk about this one. Please drop your comments. Let me know what you think happened here. As I said in the beginning, I don't agree with the title all the way, where they thought they could be leaning towards something demonic. I do not believe that here. The description being bipedal, light-colored, very thin, 7 feet tall, obviously, it just really doesn't make... The description to me doesn't settle as a human spirit, in my opinion. I'm leaning more towards the idea of, like, the cryptid that they are discussed in the title. Perhaps it, was a alien encounter of some sort. It could have been. Perhaps it was some other sort of like a skinwalker, or who knows. So what are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments. Let me know what you think. They don't feel this thing was trying to hurt them, they comment in the story. However, I feel like it was definitely trying to intimidate them, scare them, and make its presence very known, like in an in-your-face way, which to me says that it maybe didn't have the nicest intentions, but that doesn't mean that it's demonic. We can't jump to those conclusions because in most cases things are not that. So I think there's a lot of other explanations out there in the paranormal world that might describe what happened here. So drop those comments, repost my story, let me know what you think of the increased speed on the video. I know it sounds weird, it's weird for me too, but I got some advice that maybe the views would be better if people could listen to it quicker. So let me know what you think. I'm trying to figure this all out for you guys, and thank you if you hung in here and you've been listening this long. You are awesome. Talk to you later.